Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another day of Amy All April. I know I haven't been saying that because I just kind of forgot about it when I was like filming so many videos at a time so that I could get them up and be able to do that for this month and have a video every single day. I just wanted to quickly kind of respond to my Amy All April kind of announcement and just say thank you guys for all the sweet words of just compassion and encouragement. I literally cried reading that comment section because you were all so nice, so I just want to say thank you for that. I also got a ton of great video ideas and I'll try to incorporate those as we go throughout the month. What I noticed the most was that a lot of y'all wanted to see like throwbacks, products that are older, palettes that are older, shop my stash kind of videos, and I do a ton of content like that on my Patreon. I do 4 exclusive tutorials every month over there, and I try to focus on not new products and just getting use out of my collection that I already have and whatnot. So if you're interested, that is there. It's available. The link is always down below. But today I thought I would go ahead and specifically do like a full face of nothing new, and I picked out a few products from my collection that I have not used in a hot minute. Some that I have just because I'm like trying to get through them, but nothing new, nothing that's released in like the last year. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. I'm going to start off with some primer just to add some hydration to my skin, and I'm going to use the Becca First Light Priming Filter. Just slowly working my way through this. And I did already do my brows off camera because it's habit. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream in the shade Fair, and then I'm going to be mixing that with the Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil from NYX in the shade Pale Light just to get my perfect shade, and I feel like these two look really good together. So I just do a little bit of both, so it ends up being about a pump. I don't want to go in with too much product, and then I'm just going to use my finger to mix that together. All right, just going to go ahead and blend that in. I feel like this just looks so glowy, and it's more of like a light medium coverage, but it lasts so good on my skin. It's just been a go-to mixture for me the last few months. Alright, so for concealer, this is a product that I have not used in a hot minute. This is the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer in the shade C0.5, and this is like a very light coverage concealer. I used to use this just like as, oh gosh, I can't even get it off. When I was like running out of the house, if I just needed just like a little tiny bit of coverage, I would use this. But I have not reached for it in a hot minute, so I figured today would be a good day. Just gonna throw that underneath my eyes, a little bit on my nose, and I think that's about it. It's definitely a little bit more pink toned than what I normally go for. Like I have a lot of concealers that are super yellow, so maybe I should try mixing this with some of those and seeing if I can get more use out of them together. I think that looks good overall. Just using the Anissa Beauty Concealer Brush, my favorite concealer brush of all time. So good. I'm not gonna set my skin because I don't want to. And then for bronzer, I'm gonna go into the Balm Take Home the Bronze Olive Bronzer, and I feel like every single time I use this bronzer, I'm like, it's so good, it looks like such a good shade for me, but then I never continue reaching for it. Like it's always like I use it like once a month or something, and all my other bronzers I'm so much more consistent with, but I'm gonna pull it out today. Just gonna throw it on. I feel like the reason I like this one is just because the undertone, it's not super warm. It's like a really pretty cool tone bronzer without being gray at all. And I mean, even for blending it over cream without any powder, it blends really nicely. I just need to like keep this in front of me, so I'll keep using it because I know I enjoy it. It's just easily forgotten or something. I'm using the Set 1130 brush from Midas Cosmetics, which if you haven't tried any of the Midas brushes, they are so ridiculously soft. I love them. So for blush, I want to do something cool toned because I'm very excited about the cool tone shadows I want to use on the eyes today. So I pulled out the ColourPop blush stick in the shade Mini Me, which is just like a pretty light baby pink. I also really want to do a video ranking all my cream blush formulas that I have. So I've been trying to just go through and make sure I try everything one more time, refresh my memory before I film that, just to give like my full complete thoughts. I feel like this is not my favorite. This is, I have another stick, a milk one that's in like the same kind of packaging, but other than that, that's it. And I just feel like this is a little bit more thick, and when you apply it, it kind of moves the foundation and everything that's happening underneath. So it's not that easy to use. I mean, I guess I could just technically like do this and be fine, but I don't know. Not my absolute favorite. We'll see how it ends up ranking in a little bit when that video goes live. I'm gonna zoom you in for the eyes just so you can see everything that's going on. I'm gonna start off with the Ofra Gel Eye Primer, which there's still a little bit left at the bottom, but I really don't know that I'm gonna be able to get that out. So I'm almost finished this actually. Just gonna go ahead and throw that on. And I'm pretty sure you've already seen it in the thumbnail, but I'm gonna go ahead, and today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, which I have not reached for this in so long. It used to be my go-to cool tone palette. It used to be the only cool tone palette that I owned because I just didn't really think that I needed more than this, because I used to rarely ever wear cool tones, and you'll see that it hasn't even been used that much. But I feel like every time I used to use this, I really liked it. I have not reached for it in so long, so I thought today would be a perfect day to pull this out. The thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick with this mostly for the mattes, and then I'm gonna use a single shadow all over the lid. I'm not sure which one yet, but something really pretty preferably, so we'll see. I think I'm gonna start off with the shade 13, and I'm gonna highlight underneath my brow bone and maybe my inner corner too. I feel like this palette gives me the potential to show you guys how I used to do my makeup, because I used to love matte eyes so much, and I would always use like a really white shadow to highlight underneath my brow bone and in my inner corner, and majority of the time it was matte. Used to live for a matte brow bone and inner corner highlight, especially the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. Whew, I used to love that. Just kind of packing that on. Not sure if I'm gonna go over that with a shimmer in a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here called Combust, like a very light kind of like gray beige kind of shade. And I'm gonna throw that through my crease as my transition shade. Just using a big fluffy brush. I really wanted to use this one shadow from Divina. I think it's called Moon Dust, maybe? That might not be right. It's the most beautiful, like in between silver and gold. And when you put it around other silvers, it looks gold, but when you put it around other golds, it looks silver. And it's just such a pretty shade, but I cannot remember where I put it. I was looking all over earlier when I was picking out the products for this video. So I'm a little sad about that because I don't think it's happening today. But that's okay. It's okay. I feel like that did almost nothing. Ooh, should I go more gray or more like cool tone brown? Because I could go whiskey next. That's always an option. Or I could go into Password. I think I'll do Password. Focus that on my outer V. Just kind of creating my shape, and then whatever's left over on the brush I'll bring in a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything to like chat about, anything I really want to talk about, but nothing's really coming to mind. I was watching TikTok for a while earlier, and my For You page is suddenly filled with all the Vampire Diaries, and I kind of want to rewatch it, even though I rewatched it like a few months ago. It's just so good, but it's like, it's sad because like there's so much buildup. Like I think like from like the first to the fourth season, it's just perfection, and like, oh, there's so many good moments. But then like as the seasons go on, it's like like just deep sigh, like, okay, I don't know, if you've watched it maybe you'll understand. But then again, I was thinking that my little sister might visit and stay with me for some this summer. And I'm like, maybe we could watch it together. I could get her invested. But I'd have to probably watch parts of it again and see like, is this too mature? I know I watched it when I was her age by myself when I probably shouldn't have, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm also gonna take that just a little bit along the lower lash line. Then I think, I don't even know if this is a satin, but I'm gonna go into just a little bit of this shade right here called Black Market, just to add a little bit more depth. I just realized that there is like an inner corner shade in here. I didn't even realize this shade right here called High. I guess I could go ahead and put that on the inner corner. Okay. It's very soft. Like I'm like trying to think, and I genuinely can't remember the last time I heard anyone even talk or mention about this palette. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I chose this one. It was just, I was looking through one of my palettes and this one was speaking to me. I'm gonna go into a little bit of this shade right here called Armor and pop that on the lower lash line. But actually I feel like I should go in with a shadow from Brnovich. This is 06, which I think would look really pretty, but it does come off pretty gold there. And then we've got this shade, which is like a light purpley silver. I don't know if that's too dark. What's that called? That is X09. Maybe I could do that on the outer half and then do like a pink on the front. That could be cute. Taking a little bit of X09 with my finger. Oh crap. Already got fallout. Okay. Just a little tiny bit, but it's okay. So sparkly. I slightly regret not going in with glitter primer, but it's fine. I'm also gonna take a really beautiful light pink. Let me see, it's this one right here called X04. And I'm gonna pop that on the front half. I've not had this bad of a problem in the past, but a lot of times I use a tacky eyeshadow primer, and today I will use one that completely dries down so the shadow had even less to stick to. That could probably be part of why the fallout is so bad right now. Pulled out my We Makeup Obsidian Black Liner, and I'm just gonna pop that in my tight line first, and then also in my waterline. Then I'm gonna throw on the We Makeup Mascara, the More Mascara, the original version. I honestly feel really bad that my face looks the way it does right now. My under eyes at least, but I'm not going anywhere. And like I said, if I could do it again, and when I do it again, if I use this eye primer, I will go in with NYX glitter primer next time to help there not be so much fallout. If I had the time and I wasn't trying to post a video every single day this month, I would honestly refilm this because it's slightly a hot mess, but hopefully you guys don't mind and you still like the look overall. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I am far from perfect. I'm not a professional makeup artist by any means. I'm just someone who loves wearing makeup and playing with makeup and talking about makeup. Okay, for highlighter, I pulled out one of my favorites that I haven't mentioned recently, and that is the City Grace Pink Lightning Highlight. This is one of the prettiest pink highlights to ever exist, in my humble opinion, so I'm excited to be wearing it today. So pretty. And I like to blend it into my blush as well. It's very similar vibes as the Ofra Pillow Talk highlighter, but I want to say it only retails for like $8 or something like that, maybe $10. And the nice thing about loose powder highlight is that if you drop it, you can't break it. Okay, for lips, I wanted to do something, again, kind of cool toned, light pink, and I pulled out the Milani Dulce Caramello lipstick because I feel like I haven't used this in forever. And the Milani lipstick formula is really good, so I thought it would work. Alright, so this is the finished full face of Nothing New, and I really like how it turned out. Loving all the cool tones. I feel like the mattes from the Naked Smoky palette actually did work really well for me. I mean, they're definitely like on the lighter, softer side. I've had them for several years, but considering how long I've had them, I feel like they were relatively still easy to work with. I love the Brnovich shadows. I just need to remember glitter primer, glitter primer, glitter primer, but they look super beautiful and sparkly all over the lids. Definitely a really fun, easy, cool toned, smoky eye. I don't know how many adjectives I need to use, but that's everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.